Attention on deck. You're about to take command. Welcome to the bunker.
Welcome, everybody, back to the bunker. Don't be sad it's over. Be happy that it happened. I'm your host, Andy Burrows, and as you can see, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm joined by my illustrious co-hosts. First, we have Mr. Lockhart up there in good old Liverpool. How are you, Scouse?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. Upset from Sunday, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's what
I
it is.
know. I know. And
It's what it
down
is.
below, when are you going to pay for your own Zoom, bro?
Zoom's free, you know. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes
It
look
is important.
I know.
when
It
your
says Andy
bum
Burrows
ass
there.
can't make the show and I have to
I've made the last
I
four, thanks.
have
Made the last
to
four, just
step into your seat, you know.
well, as you
We
can
make it
see,
easier for you to download it on the
as
cloud.
you can see, still using my Zoom. It's Mr. Jesse Martin. Jesse, have you calmed down some, my friend? I do believe you had some issues yesterday as well. I'm glad they're all sorted with your friend had a little bit of ill health, mate. But it's good to see you. Have you mellowed a little bit from when I last spoke to you on Sunday?
I mean, I guess I'm not as angry. I'm still depressed, obviously. But you know, still frustrated.
Yeah.
Still frustrated with the way we played.
I get it. I get it. The NFC Championship game, the Washington Commanders 23, the Philadelphia Eagles 55. I've listened to a lot, boys, since Sunday, read a lot of stuff, listened to a lot of shows, radio phonies, listened to a couple of podcasters as well since Sunday. Scouse, was it, a few people have said this quote, I don't know if I agree with it. Was it a game too far for the Commanders?
Um, I think yes. To be short, to short answer the question. No, we weren't expected to be anywhere near here. Just that close to being at the ball. And the Eagles are built to win now. We're not. The our trajectory is upwards. Eagles is going to plateau and then go down in the next year or two. So when you watch the game, the difference was evident there that they came to play, but they came to play mistake-free football, and we didn't do that. We were panicking, and their defense showed up and turned the ball over four times, and that was the biggest difference why we got smoked. So, you know, is it game too far? Technically, yes, because they played a much all-round better game than we did.
Jesse, same kind of question to you. I watched Good Morning Football. I think it was yesterday that I tuned in. Or was it? Yeah, I'm sure it was yesterday, day before. And they were talking about, what like Scouse had just said there. He said, it did look that Washington had one game too many, and this was a hurdle that we all thought we needed to play to our maximum and hope Philly had kind of an off day. When Saquon Barkley takes the first possession back for a touchdown, you're kind of thinking, "Oh shit, they're gonna have one of their days." Jesse, what are you making of it now, bro? When we had a little bit of chance for the dust to settle.
Yeah, I'll call BS on that. I mean, we have played well against teams all season long. We went in and totally destroyed the number one overall seed in the NFC. We've beaten the team that just kicked our butt just a few short weeks ago. And it doesn't matter if Jalen Hurts got, I mean, we scored 36 points on that
Yeah, but that was
defense.
3 weeks ago, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, so
We're talking about right now, like the game beyond. It's a game beyond. That's what
no,
I'm
no,
trying to say.
I don't. From what I get from that statement is, oh golly gee, we made it here. We shouldn't have been this far. Sorry, I'm not. I don't buy that, especially with the way that we uh, played this season. And it's it's frustrating in the sense because there's been only a couple games where you saw this team shoot himself in their foot. It was against Dallas, the first game against Dallas, and this game right here. I mean, it all started. It all started with the very first play, and you see our players trip on each other. That's not talent. That's not because of talent. That's just because of happenstance. Then you see a ball being punched out multiple times. We were in this game, even with that first play of the Eagles. Just it was a snowball effect. And I don't buy that we were a game ahead. I'm sorry. I just don't buy it. I feel like our coaching staff, minus Joe Witt, and we can get to him later. But our quarterback and our offense are good enough to play with anybody in this league.
When you look at some of it, and I was listening to the Ref the District guys the other day, and they put out a tweet. When you look at it, Diami Brown fumbled on his own 48, fully touchdown. McNichols fumbled on his own 24, fully touchdown. Austin Eckler fumbled at the Philly 49, fully touchdown. Were
21
we?
points right there.
Yeah, were we? I mean, I don't want to,
What
you know,
turnovers was 28, wasn't it that total?
yeah.
Wasn't it 4 turnovers and they had 7 each time?
Well, I know they put 55 on us, and look, there's no way of sugarcoating that when you get 55 put on you. Were we more the architects of our own downfall more than Philly absolutely smoked us?
100%. Absolutely. This would more games are lost than won. And this is a prime example of it. Okay. We lost this game because of what we did, not because of what Philly. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. When everybody knew this was going to be a dogfight, and Philly's got the most talented roster in the NFL, but we have one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL that can score on any defense you put in front of him. But he does need some help. He needs our players to hold on to the freaking ball when we're driving. I mean, those plays, those were all good plays. We were all driving, you know, it's
Yeah, it wasn't on Jaden. It wasn't on Jaden that we lost the game. It wasn't on him. It was, it was on this poor,
I don't think we're outmatched. I don't think we were outcoached except for, on the defensive side of the ball. But again, turnovers, man. Turnovers. I mean, late in that game, we got it down to what, 8 points?
Mm-hmm.
No, we were only down, and then guess what? Another fumble. And we were in this game, guys.
What do you say to the people that said Washington played nervous, boys?
I mean,
I'd say it's only natural that you're going to have some sort of nerves. Not playing in this, like we haven't been here since 30-something years since we played in this game. I think there was always going to be nerves. I don't personally put it down to nerves per se. I just put it down to basic football errors, like Jesse just said. You've got to look. The fundamentals of football never change, no matter if you're playing in the NFC Championship game, whether you're playing in the Super Bowl, preseason, the first game. Whenever you're playing football, look after the ball.
I'll say this. When it comes to like nerves, I thought Jaden was a little bit jumpy in the first quarter. His throws were a little bit off, and you could attribute that to nerves. Sure, he wasn't really precise with the football. Overthrew a couple things. But as far as you're right, Andy, it's just fundamentals of football. I mean, hold on to the freaking ball. You know it's coming. You know what this team likes to do. They're gonna try to punch it out each and every time, and go down, Diami Brown. Come on. Go down, man.
Let's stay down.
Yeah, and stay down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the nerves side of things, we'll look at our first drive on offense. It was 18 plays, 9 minutes.
Why did we kick the field goal there? We went for it on fourth down nearly all season, and then
we did it twice on that drive.
Yeah, why did we get right down there? And I'm thinking to myself, what was it, 4th and 3 when we went for the field goal?
Yeah, 4th and 3, and we should have made that. But the thing is, though, to me, that did tell me that we were nervous on offense. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of plays where you think, oh, Jane looked a bit ropey, but in general, it was a pretty solid drive. No, a very good drive. So on offense, it wasn't too bad. Obviously, the defense, the first play, as you know, guy falls over, knocks the other guy over, and then leaves a goal, and that's just unlucky. You can't coach that or uncoach that. That's just how the cookie crumbled. At that point. But our heads went down. No defense, and we just could not stop that run at all. But I didn't think it was nerves. Overall.
Jesse, when you look at our defense from Sunday's game? We spoke about this for weeks now. For a lot of the season, we've spoke about it. Stop the run, stop the run. I mean, that's easier said than done when you come up against one of the best running backs that the NFL's ever seen.
Along with the best offensive line in the NFL, too.
Yeah, I mean, but the amount of missed tackles that we had were ridiculous.
Yeah.
were really ridiculous. I mean, I don't think that doesn't come down to nerves. That just comes down to stupid play, and they weren't even.
Fundamentals you mentioned before.
Yeah, they were fundamental. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm sitting here, a guy doing a podcast, but they just looked basic tackles in the NFL that if that was week 6, week 7, that we would have been making. So again, it comes back to what I said at the start of the show. Yes, they put 55 on us, but like you guys said, Scouse, how many points can you atone to Washington literally giving Philly?
Yeah, you're just gifting them.
Yeah.
Gifting them points at that point. I mean, you're going to have to score points, and to score points, you have to hold on to the ball. Period. And we were driving on this defense all game long. We were able to move the ball, and we just cough it up. I mean, that game really hit me hard, and I'm going to be frustrated pretty much probably until training camp, to be honest with you, because I really thought we had an opportunity to do something really special, and it got cut short for no fault of but their own.
Yeah, funny enough, the Commanders have just tweeted out, we have signed the following players to reserve and future contracts. Cole Turner's in there, Ben Nickel, Chris Moore, Tyree Jackson, Sam Hartman, Julian Good-Jones, just to name a few. Literally just put that tweet. Just put that tweet
I said
out
it before Scouts did. I said it for
just literally while we're recording. I thought I'd get that in there, boys. I don't think we can look back on anything this season though and just be really proud of what this team have done. I mean, I know we were all angry on Sunday, but if I had said to you this time last year that we would have just played in the NFC Championship game, you would have looked at me like I had two heads. I mean, what's the ceiling now for this team? We're going to get into the cap and everything in a minute, and you know, the people that we think will come back, that will leave, etc., etc. But where do we go from here? Because we were one game from a Super Bowl. Is it a case of we strengthen in the off season and we, you know, throughout the summer, and we try and go one better next season? What would be acceptable now going into next season? Is it making a playoff? Is it we have to win the NFC East? I mean, we talk about rebuild, and I'm not using that term anymore, because if this is rebuild, then Jesus Christ, I'm looking now at you have to win the NFC. You have to. There's
the
no
bar has been set.
Yeah, that's kind of that's where I'm getting.
That's
I mean,
a problem. That's a problem.
And with their schedule as well next season, it's not going to be. We've got a tough schedule.
But yeah, Burrows, the bar has been set now. It's to get to the NFC Championship game, or the season is a bust. There's no sugarcoating it anymore. This team is, as Dan Quinn said, this was, I think, after we beat the Lions. What is this quote? We are the big dogs now. You know, because he had talked all season, like, you know, fight with the big boys, you know, talking about the elite teams, where he said it. This is an elite team now, and the thing about it is it's so hard. And I was talking about this on the after show. Like, you never know, man. You don't know what's going to happen season in and season out. Unless you become like a dynasty, like the Patriots or the Chiefs. It's very hard to beat that. You just don't see that all that often. I mean, look at the Ravens, for example. They can't get over that second playoff game hump, it seems like. But they've set the bar, and from now on out, at least until Y5's under center, we must play for championships each and every year.
Yeah, we can
Otherwise,
stop using the term playing with house money as well. That's fucking.
That house money is well and truly spent. You know what I mean? Like,
you spent
that was well and truly spent when we beat. That was beat
exactly.
when we beat Tampa. That was well and truly spent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is the problem you're going to have, is the expectation, because don't forget, this team, as we knew, we thought it wasn't ready to even make the playoffs. Let's face it, right? At the start of the season, we weren't saying
I had us winning 5 games.
Team.
I had 7. I had 9 games. I think
I had
9 games or something.
I had 9.
5.
Didn't get in it. That wouldn't have got in this year. 9-8 wouldn't have got in.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
So for us, we're thinking, well, we're maybe on the cusp of playoffs team. Now we're going bang right into the championship game. That DQs and Piers, there's a lot of guys we're going to mention in a minute who have got no contracts, who we're going to sign, how we're going to strengthen, because we've still got some big holes in this team even before any guys leave. You know, so there's a lot of growing that we can improve on, sure. But the thing is, everything's got to go right. Do you know what I mean? Like it's got to go right. Otherwise, we're not going to get back to the championship game again. Like at least next season, year after, something like that. We got to get it right, man, straight away.
Coming into the next
Pressure
season. Yeah, you're exactly right, Scouts. Coming into next season, you know how they do their power rankings. We're going to be in the top 5, and the microscope is going to be on us. And I'm interested to see what Peters is going to do to try to strengthen the holes. And I'll tell you something, man. I think we got talent on defense. I just don't think the scheme was right, to be honest with you.
Interesting. What from obviously from not
The whole year. Look at
season?
the whole year.
Okay, interesting. Now go on, elaborate.
You got guys like Deron Payne, John Allen, and I've seen people like Freddie shit on Deron Payne. Sorry, he was fucking missed in that game. Deron is asked to do different things in this particular defense. They don't rush the passer. Okay. The defensive tackles don't rush the passer in this defense. They are basically space eaters. But you have the likes of Luvu, you have the likes of Wagner. Okay. And we still got ran on every game, and it did not get better at all the entire season.
And we had Chin playing closer to the line when we had Lattimore playing.
Look,
and he still ran through us.
Quan Martin
can't say it was completely the whole offense that just got us to a championship game, though, can we?
Quan Martin has been ranked in the top of the safeties all year round. Okay. He's a great cover safety. He's very, very good. Chin, I mean, he's been a maniac all year round. He's like an unsung hero on that defense, if you can call him that. There's talent all over this defense, but we're decent in the pass game, besides Benjamin St. Juice, but our run game sucks.
Did well not
Sucked
to say
all
anything
freaking
there,
year.
What's that mean?
Yeah, I said you did well not to say anything there when you mentioned Ghost. I thought you were going to explode. Let's quickly, while we're just talking about the game as well. I mean, please tell me this fucking tush push is going to get banned.
It won't.
It's an illegal play. The formation is legal.
Come
I don't
on
understand
now,
how
bad were the officials as well? Can we just get that out there? We were going to lose. We lost. I take it. We lost. The better team won.
They didn't help.
They didn't help.
Oh,
The finger poke in the eyes, the stupid. I mean that stupid rule when they were going to award. Oh, if Washington keep persisting, we're going to award a score. When the fuck did this become a thing?
They gave a personal foul to Marshawn Lattimore for AJ Brown ripping off his helmet.
Yeah, I mean,
but
when did this? If you keep like. Luvu cracked me. It was hilarious. It was just like Superman.
But I think you have to try something.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. You know what I mean? Like, you have to try something. And because you weren't stopping it all game. So I was like, well, what the fuck else we got to try? And then obviously, Philly being dickheads that they are, they tried to get us with a hard count then as well to try and even make it harder for us to try and stop it on that goal line, to try and get bollocked by the refs. See, I fucking can't stand that tush push.
Should it be? Is this something that the league can look at, do you think? Because
they need to. Because it's illegal. It's an illegal formation. No matter how you look at it, there's not enough players on the fucking line.
Yeah, and they're all like fucking past the ball anyway. Have you noticed that on the edges? Like they're actually beyond the ball anyway. Like, what's this about? I mean, it stinks, man. The fucking refs, Eagles. I know it sounds like a sore loser, but it's not just that. It's you watch it. It's always at the most fucking crucial part of the game. It's not all game. It's crucial parts, and it changes momentum.
Some of the pass interference calls as well. Oh, fucking!
They missed a huge blatant hold on Saquon Barkley on 4th down. That would have knocked him out of field goal range. And it was a 4th down pass to AJ Brown. He went to like the 5-yard line, but Saquon Barkley held Frankie Luvu, and that would have took 7 off the board right there.
Unless you're Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes, you just fucking, you're just getting away with actual murder on the football field, I think. Boys, let's look at some of the free agents. We were chatting before we come on air. They released a list of potential. It's a massive list, but I'm just going to go through a few of the names. I'm going to throw some out there, boys, and see what you think. Potentially we're going to be around the 80 to 95 mil cap space. That's just a rough figure. That, like Scouts, like you were saying before we recorded, that probably will go up. It does go up every year. How much did you say by?
somewhere around 10 mil, isn't it? 10,
10
12
mils.
mil?
We're going to be around the 90, 98
Yeah.
mil mark, give or
Yeah,
take. Don't
it
quote me
depends
on
on what it comes through.
Yeah.
We'll probably hear that within the next couple of weeks what the cap's going to be set.
that. But when you look at some of the players, lads, Jesse, Diami Brown, Zacchaeus, Noah Brown, Zach Ertz, Tressway, Fowler Jr., Farrell, Bobby Wagner, Saint Ghost, Noah Ingadudu, I can never say his surname, and
Benogany.
thank you very much, sir, and Jeremy Chin. What are the musts on that? If you look on that list that I just read out, and there's a lot more that me and Scouse was telling us just before we recorded, Diami Brown, Zacchaeus, and Noah Brown. There's 3 wide receivers there. Jesse, out of them 3, are you bringing them all back?
No. I think Diamond Brown soured on me a little bit. We definitely need to do some work in the wide receiver room. If he does come back, it's not paying him a huge contract. Noah Brown can probably get him cheap, but we really need a number 2, and I think that's where some of the money is going to go this off season is the number 2.
You don't think Diami Brown's done enough?
Sorry, no.
Wow, that's
No,
gonna
he's
split
fumbled.
opinion.
If he's
That's gonna
fumbled
split
multiple
opinion.
times this year in big moments,
I mean,
and
But he's also been there when we've needed him. in
he's
some
worth
big
he's
moments.
worth a contract, but I wouldn't say he's wide receiver 2. Even if we do get him a contract,
How do you
You
think
wanna
that?
throw
How
him-
do you think he'll feel negotiating that contract, knowing that potentially could be wide receiver 3 or not 4? We'll go 3 for argument's sake.
but where would he
I'll
go? Anywhere
throw a
else?
couple of million at him, but nothing more than that. I'm sorry, he doesn't.
Yeah, he's not worth a big contract. No, he's worth
No,
a
he's
contract.
not.
Yeah,
I
he's
know a
worth
lot of
a
people are
contract.
talking about, he's earned himself a big contract. No, he hasn't.
A
I'm
contract.
sorry, he has
No.
not.
I
But
think B. Mitch
we-
and Finley were talking about it today, and I think they were like, I think Larry yesterday, whenever I was listening, they were like, I think he should be paid the big bucks.
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
I'd be upset.
2
if he
games?
was.
Nah, mate. That 4 years of having
Yeah.
two good games.
No.
Not having it.
Sorry, he hasn't.
not big
he
money.
hasn't- Yeah, but the wide receiver 3s don't get big money anyways, man.
No, that's
I'd
what I
be
mean.
more inclined. I'd be more inclined to bring Noah Brown back than Diami Brown, to be honest with you.
I mean, they're thinking obviously wide receiver 2 money. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah, that's what everyone's been
Yeah.
saying as well the last like 24, 48
Well, everybody's
hours.
smoking crack because he doesn't deserve wide receiver 2 money. Sorry.
One player that he was pretty much he was in tears after the game, probably because we lost, and we don't know about retirements. And again, me and Scouts were talking just before you joined, Jesse, maybe getting another year's deal. Zach Ertz, what do we do with him, boys? Interesting one here. I mean, I would try and get him on another 1-year deal. Just me personally.
100%, yeah. Again, if he's able and willing to come back for another year, 100%. He had a really good year this year.
He was excellent.
And he stayed relatively healthy. I mean, it's $3 million, man. You get him back here on the same deal as he had last year. Come on, like absolutely. Wide receiver. I mean, excuse me. I'm sorry. Tight ends. They take time to develop, and Senate is going to be our future. I'm fully. I fully expect that to happen. I know people are, Sennett's a bust. No, he's not, man. People don't realize that.
Caught a
tight
good
ends-
pass off our new quarterback, Tressway.
Yeah. He's got more yards than Tony Romo
He's got more yards than
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming back. But yeah, you bring back Ertz for another year. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Scouse, are you agreeing with that? Maybe try and convince. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think he wants to retire. I think he wants to play another year. I watched his press conference, and again, this is after a game or whenever. I think it was
People
pretty
are
much-
upset, aren't
Yeah,
they?
he's emotional. He was like, "I wish I was 22 years old, blah blah blah," and I wish
Yeah.
I was playing. Me personally, I'm saying, yeah, I'd have another year with him.
Yeah.
I
agree.
would roll
I-
with him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think, say if he wants to come back, I think it is going to be a team friendly deal. It is anyway. Just for his age. So
Like I said to you before we
um,
started recording it, I don't think he's about the money now. He just
No,
wants to play ball.
yeah, he wants to play, and I think he wants to be important in somebody's offense. And obviously he's got that connection with Jaden. So I think he'd love to come back, and I think
And you need people like that around the organization as well. I mean, we spoke about
And
it. on
model
many-
pros, model
yeah.
professionals.
I mean, Scouse, you touched on it a few weeks back when you said like we've got we mentioned like the bodies in the building now that have kind of been there and done that. And he for me is definitely on that list. What are we saying about? Let's just go down the list a little bit here. Bobby Wagner, Jesse.
If he's willing, that's another one. He's getting up there in age, but he played well. I mean, he sucks in the passing game, but he was the leader that we needed on this defense. And I think him and Luvu played very, very well together. And I would definitely like to see him back for another year.
Scouse, Jeremy Chin,
Oh yeah, he'd get me chin
100%.
back. I mean,
What money
yeah,
are we talking now? You
he'd be the
say?
big money. I think he'd
Yeah,
be the
that's
most
where I was going
expensive
to
player
go.
we've got left.
Yeah, he just definitely deserves a contract. Yeah.
He'll get a decent deal. I think. No, probably that. I reckon about 10 mil per year, something like that.
Okay.
10 mil, 10, 11 mil on average. 3-year deal at least. I think I'd offer him, but yeah, you definitely got to keep him.
Jesse, major areas where we spoke. Let's go defensive side of the ball now, and the D line. Is that something that you're looking to address in the draft? Me and you were talking about the draft earlier in our group chat. At the minute, obviously, we're drafting 29. I've listened to a couple of shows this morning while I was at work. One suggesting that we go up into the top 10. Jesse, you and I were chatting yesterday. You're going the other way. You're going backwards.
Yeah. No, if you look at our draft picks, we got some holes in the fourth and sixth round. You're in that spot unless you have an eye on a player that you like it really, really want at 29, you 100% move back and get when you're drafting towards the end of the first round, the more picks you have,
Makes
the
sense,
better.
doesn't it?
Yeah, moving up makes zero sense. And so whoever's talking about that, just put that crack pipe down there, bubba.
Oh, crack pipe's been smoked on this. Scouts, what do you reckon about the draft? Obviously, you know me, I don't get way into that. I'm going to get into it a little bit more this season just because of you guys, and you'll bug me so bloody much at doing it. But at the minute, we're 29th. Scouse, we're not kind of used to this. We're used to me and you put the draft on, and
15,
within the first couple of minutes, we've seen our pick. It's going to be, if we do have our draft party this year, bro, it's going to be a fucking late night for us.
No one else probably close the place down. We missed our bloody pick.
Yeah, we'll have to find a bar that's actually lets us stay. We found a casino a couple of years ago for everyone listening in Edinburgh. It was I don't remember many of the picks.
That's the final three, didn't we? And then it ended up cutting off. I
was on about my 16th Jaeger bomb by then, bro. I didn't really. But what do you think about the draft, Scouts?
I actually agree with Jesse. I think, if you are a 29, normally you'd like to think you're a really good side who's like an Eagles outfit. It's pretty solid everywhere. Our team isn't. Our team's got a lot of holes. It had a lot of holes this season, even in the starting line, thinking, some of it's a little bit ropey, and so for me, it's like you're drafting there. You've got to try and trade out and try and get a couple more second rounders, something like that, and then go from there. That's the best way of doing it, man. It really is. If you can get out of there and drop down to say, top 10 of the second round.
The second round, yeah.
Maybe a couple more picks.
It does take two to tango, so you do have to.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, Adam Peters is going to do what's right for this organization.
But there's always somebody though, isn't there, doing that? Because you see the 5th-year option on players.
Yeah, and a lot of time,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time, it's those who pick early in the draft that want to they see you got it, they want and want to come back up.
Yeah, we did that once with Dwayne.
Yeah,
we
did that.
Dan Snyder did that with Dwayne.
Oh yes,
the Baltimore Ravens, they did that when they drafted Lamar. They did that. They came back up into the first round to draft Lamar to get the 5th-year option for him too. So it's feasible.
Yeah. No, boys, let's get into some fan questions. Simon Oliver, we've kind of touched on this, but thanks for your question, Si. Jesse, we got much further than we ever expected in year one, so can't be too negative about this season. Turnovers cost us in the game. Without them, I think we had a really good chance. For me, it's all about which of the 22 free agency players did we bring back? How do we shore up this defense?
Yeah, I mean, we need to focus on the defensive line. We do need a cornerback, and the good thing about
do you want to talk about defensive coaching as well while we're here?
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. The good thing about this team now is players are going to want to come play here. Contracts will be a little bit easier. You don't have to throw extra money at players for them to come here. Players want to play here.
JD under center.
Look at players like DJ Reed, at cornerback.
He's desperate, man, isn't he? He's desperate to play for us.
Because we need both D tackle and edge. We need an edge rusher as well too. So I think most of our money is going to be spent on the defensive side of the ball. and then a receiver. We're probably going to have to run it back with the same offensive line again because we don't, we have assets. It's just we got to put some money into the defense.
Don't do that to me, mate. That O line is gaff. Let's face it.
The O line is not. Wasn't
Don't
that
tell me
bad,
it's good.
man.
Don't tell me
because,
it's good.
because
Don't
because
tell me
they're
you
all-
have
oh, no, they're
Jaden
all-
Don't-
Daniels.
Oh boy.
I'm sick.
Because you have Jaden
you know,
Daniels.
No,
I'll
yeah,
let
you could
keep
Jaden
going.
Daniels. Yeah, he'd be dead. It's
You're acting like he got sacked 70 times.
because he ran away from him at all. I mean, you can't do that all the time. You can't.
What's your biggest gripe with that O-line, Scouse?
Well, he
His
created.
biggest gripe is not the Eagles O line. It's very hard to be the Eagles O line. It's not.
They
as-
can't.
it's
They
not
can't.
as
They
bad
can't.
as
They
Dallas
can't
thinks
help
it
in the
is.
run game, and they're not great in the passing game. So why would you keep the same offensive line?
Because we were the best offense in the NFC. We're
the
the
best
third ranked
offense.
offense in the NFL.
No.
You don't have to change much.
You got. Well, do you want a run game? No, you don't want a run game. No, you want to stick the way it is now. Getting 2 yards to carry. Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
the number 3
Fuck
offense
off.
in the
We
NFL.
need
You
to
ain't got to
fucking.
change much.
We need to slide Allegretti out my team. We need to slide fucking Wiley out my team. So we need at least 2 dudes, at least starters. I'm talking, not just depth pieces. We need at least
I think Scouts thinks we have unlimited resources to get all these players. First
So what's the
and
important
foremost,
thing?
we need
Protect your
defense.
merchandise or not? Your merchandise is Jaden. Let's face it. So would you rather not spend on trying to protect them a bit better?
No, I would like to stop the fucking run. Is what I would like to do. That's
We all-
what I want to do.
We can't have everything, mate, as you just said. Yeah.
Okay,
No.
time out. Let me. You two. We can do this when we stop recording. Let's.
But that's different, isn't it? I'm thinking
Yeah.
sort the trenches, and then
People make sure, people can tweet us. Let us know what you think. It's Scouse or Jesse, right?
Everyone's
That's
different.
always a fun tweet argument when we get that going.
'Cause I'm
I
Rob,
think
like-
Peters on my side, though. I think we'll see Peters do some deals. For the
You're
offense.
acting like Jaden ran for his life all season. He fucking
He
didn't.
did, to be fair, a lot of it.
He really didn't.
I don't,
He didn't at all.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
No.
Hey, it's
he
why we
didn't.
love the game. It's
How many,
so-
ti- how many times did he get
Yeah.
sacked, but sacked for loss was only on because he ran out of play? How many times that happened this season? Ridiculous amount of times. So don't
not really.
say like just because it wasn't a sack. He was running
I don't know what the
for
fuck you're watching.
running for his life a lot. Bro.
He wasn't.
Hi, help me.
He just was.
Send help. Send help. Andy needs help. Send help.
I don't need help at all.
Send help. Not me.
Oh.
I need it.
Oh.
I need it. Me.
Wiley needs help.
Time out. Time out.
I think we need to send Scouts to the give some treatment. He's been on that wacky tobacco.
It's good up in Liverpool as well. Rod Morrison, Scouse, you can take this one. Firstly, he says he would like to thank the coaches and playing staff and ownership for a great season. Yes, I 100% agree, Rod. What is our greatest needs? Oh God, can't believe what I'm about to say. I've literally just read this question and I can't. Oh, fucking hell, Rod. Cheers, mate. What's our greatest needs, Scouse? O-line or D-line? Fucking don't even answer. Don't even answer that. Rod, I think you know the answer.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna go defense. I'm gonna go offense. So it's on you, Burrows. What do you think? To split the tie? What do you
I
think?
don't think our O-line's as bad as you think it is.
It's not.
Jaden, he
It's
wasn't
not.
exactly. He wasn't running for his life. Say a la
wasn't.
Heineke kind of thing.
Heineke
Heineke was running for
Sam
his life.
Howell. Or no, Sam
It's
Howell
only-
just
it's
held
only
the
because
ball.
Sam
Jaden
Howell
looks
ran for his life a lot.
He's in control of it. That's all. That's because
Maybe I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I don't think you make the NFC. Jaden played a humongous part in what we've done. Look, I'm not sitting here saying that he didn't, but you don't get to where we got to with just an average O-line.
No.
In my opinion.
I mean, I'll say it was
He's
average.
Stroud. How about with Houston?
It wasn't
What do you think
awful.
Houston about that?
It wasn't. We've had worse.
Not awful offensive line. He got to
Jesse,
the playoffs.
I think we've had worse.
Oh, we've had much worse.
Yeah,
Much
had
worse.
worse.
Our offensive line was
I'm not
worse
saying it's
last
good,
year.
though. It's not
1,000
good.
times worse last year.
we won 4 games.
And it wasn't
last year.
that bad.
Yeah.
Not as bad as everybody thinks. Not everybody. Not as bad as Scouts thinks it is.
Exactly. Jesse, Richard Cameron would like to know. Shout
Bad
out,
is
hey
what I
Rich,
want,
thanks
bad.
for your question. Stop talking. What has been Jesse? What's been your highlight of the season? Best game and result, best play.
Man, there's so many good moments.
The Hail
to
Mary's
this
always going to
season.
stand out. I think
Yeah.
just that
Yeah,
for that living in that
I
moment.
mean, that listen, that was a luck play. Let's be honest. Even though what they did on that play was perfect, that's how you play the Hail Mary. I mean, I still think after giving the ball up 5 times and Jaden scoring 5 touchdowns and having to come back against Philly
that's
in that
my
second
highlight.
game.
Yeah.
I think that was like the highlight of the season for me.
Scouse, what was your highlight of the season, my friend? Apart from doing this with me and
I
Jesse.
agree. I agree. You can always say to the Hail Mary, but that was just pure luck, as you mentioned. You know, if bobbled right to the guy, you know, it's But when Jaden started dicing up that number one defense, and then with 3 seconds left, hit that touchdown, that really showed that he arrived. If that makes sense. He was good before, but then that just cemented it. Do you know what I mean? And I thought that was an amazing kind of feeling, beating Philly at that last second. It was great.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Colin would like to know, boys, how highly do you value Marcus Mariota as JD5's backup? He's a free agent, but I don't argue there's still a good value in him regards of Jaden's development. Also has a similar style, so slots in easily without changing a game plan. For me, he'd be in the group after Wagner. Wow, interesting. Jesse?
I think I was the only person in Washington fan base that was okay with sending Marcus Mariota. I think he's important. You know, that the relationship with the backup quarterback and the quarterback, I think is like it's undervalued so much because I want him back absolutely as the backup quarterback, and I think everybody should as well.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. I don't see why we would look elsewhere, really.
No, I don't think we need to.
I don't think
It's a good.
our days
I mean,
of
most
quarterback drama
backups-
seem to be.
It just
Most
depends if he
back-
wants to be another backup or he wants to play somewhere else. That's doing difference, you know?
Yeah.
Realistically, where would he play? Let's be honest.
It's always somebody needs a
I
quarterback.
know, but
I mean,
realistically,
yeah.
I'd rather be a backup.
If
I'd rather
Cliff
be a backup.
Kingsbury goes to the Saints, you think he'll
Okay.
take Marcus Mariota?
Kingsbury ain't going anywhere. That's I think someone sent a question. Actually, yeah, someone. Nick, does Sunday's game? Oh, sorry, Nick. Was Sunday's game Kingsbury's last game as a Commanders coach?
No, I don't believe that. He doesn't want to go to the fucking Saints. I mean, come on, who wants to coach the Saints?
And the cap held in as well.
They got nobody.
Well, they got about £2.50 to spend.
Yeah, they got like 2 players. I mean, that's all they got.
I mean,
you know.
they got the Predator over there on the defensive side of the ball.
Gotta roll that one back.
Let's build it
Gotta roll
around.
it back, boys.
Build it around a
Build
product.
it around that defensive line and see how well that worked before.
I think he'll be here for another season, personally.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I do as well. Now that all the teams have gone,
Yeah.
I definitely.
He's got
He's not going to
unfinished
pick the
business.
last team what's left. Like,
Yeah.
he used to be the first guy being signed next season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still getting paid as a head coach from Arizona. You know,
He's
like,
earning coins.
He's
Yeah,
getting
he's
the
earning
best of
coins.
both worlds right now.
Mate, he's not struggling for milk and bread. Put it that way.
Yeah, having another shot with one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Why wouldn't you do that?
Exactly. Alid has taken time out from doing things with sheep that he shouldn't. Scouse. Scouse, Alid would like to know, would losing by 3 have been a tougher loss than the margin we lost by on Sunday?
Probably.
It'd be less
'Cause
embarrassing.
Because you close. If you close, I mean, you know, you think you can win, don't you? You know, if you get blown away, like I know it was close until probably middle of the third, towards the end of the third.
If we lost by 3, then we could blame the fucking refs. How about that? Then there's a reason
I was
why
really
we
looking
lost.
for an excuse to blame the
It was
refs.
a turnovers, and they capitalized on our turnovers. They got.
It was
4,
more
and they
embarrassing
got
that I think we
28
chose
points.
this game to have our worst, disaster of looking after the
Yeah.
football, because it's
the
something we
wor-
haven't
the
really
world was
spoke about all
watching.
season.
The world was
Oh, mate,
watching.
I had friends that don't even, again, I've said this last week against the Lions game. I had friends who don't even care about the NFL. One of my good mates, Steve, messaged me saying his 2 boys now, because of the Commanders, are NFL obsessed. Never watched a game up until Tampa Bay. And he says they're just NFL obsessed now. They want a Commanders jersey. They want everything Commanders. And I'm like,
Nice.
my work.
That's
here
what
is
winning does.
done. Yeah, I'm
It
like, my
brings
work.
new fans to the game.
My work here is done. Chris would like to know, apart from the turnovers, we got bossed at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Do you guys agree the biggest off-season priority is to beef up both lines? We've kind of, we won't. Chris, the answer is
I'll bite back on that just a little bit as far as
Trying to
I
beat
thought
the band.
we fared fairly well in the trenches against the Eagles. I mean, we weren't great. I mean, Jaden was sacked twice. That's pretty good against that vaunted Uh, and hats off to both Chris Paul and uh, what's his face?
You play God.
Yeah, Trent Scott. I thought they kind of tag team that right guard position, filling in for Cosme, and I thought they did fairly well, fairly well. So, um, in reality, I kind of agree with Scouse in the sense that Allegretti
What?
was not very good this year.
Hello? Yeah.
Just
Now he's on crack.
but I still think the defensive line needs more help because there's more positions that need to be filled. You're going to bring Dante Fowler back. He's just a situational edge rusher. He's not very good in the run.
One player that deserves a lot of credit for Sundays, number 4. Wow.
Yeah, Luvo.
Wow.
Now, the thing is here, like, you look at our linebackers and you think, yeah, they play well together.
Every time we blitz, I think he got through. I think he got through, didn't he, Luvu? Every time we called a blitz, he made a tackle.
Luvu got through. Yeah. I mean, so we usually Luvu as a blitzer, which is fine.
The problem with that, Scouse, is the defensive line. They're supposed to be there to eat up blocks. They're not doing that. They weren't doing that, and that's what makes the offensive line be able to get on that second level to be able to block Bobby and block Luvu when it's come to running. Again, I think it's partially a scheme problem and mainly a personnel problem.
Last question comes from Kim. Jesse, does Lattimore fit our culture? Do we give him another year?
I mean, a fucking course we give him another year. What are we talking about here?
She's only
Got 2
asking
more
a
years left on the
question.
deal.
What are we talking about, Kim? Yeah, we give
Kim, I
another-
can only apologize
Listen,
for my fellow.
We need some nastiness in that cornerback room. Hell yeah, we need some nastiness in that cornerback room. You rather look at Benjamin St. Toast?
Ghost.
I mean, getting burnt every freaking play. No, I like the nastiness, to be honest with you. I want some fight in that defensive back room.
Is there a player that you don't want to see come back, but you think will?
Oh.
I might get shitted on for this, but
Oh God,
I
here we
wasn't
go.
big on Igbenogany. A lot of people liked him.
Why didn't you like him?
I just
This better be good.
I don't think he was that good as people thought he was. I just don't. And he kind of shied away sometimes in the run game. Yeah, I don't think Igbenogany's not that good.
People are watching on YouTube. Right?
He's a bust of a first round for a reason.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't think he's a first round talent when you look at like how he plays.
Yeah, I know, but he's
But you think
worth bringing back.
It's not that good.
it depends on the price, I think, for him. But again, yeah, I mean, for me,
Not that good.
I don't know really. I think Ghost. That's probably
Yeah, I knew you were going to say.
that's
that.
probably
I
going
don't-
to be
he ain't
Ghost.
going to be back. He
ain't going to be back.
Imagine
He would.
gets signed in
He can go
contract
to the
and I'll be
Saints.
like, "Hey, I'm out."
He can go. There's one that can go to the Saints. There you go. I can sing Ghost.
He's going back. He's going to play for Canada next year. I don't think anybody wants him.
I mean, Canadian Football League. That's where he'll be. Boys,
There as well.
it's been a great season. Nevertheless, it's been an absolutely incredible season. Scotty G did have a question about your steak
No,
in the
fuck
microwave.
Scotty
He had
G.
he had a
Come
question
on.
about the steak in the microwave, Jesse. But I didn't.
Oh, it's true. Yeah,
No,
you
no.
don't make it.
You have
simple.
taken, Jesse. You've taken a lot of flack for that since the weekend. You put
Very,
steak in the
very,
microwave.
very simple.
You can't
I
put steak in
needed
the
I
microwave.
needed to warm it up. It was leftovers.
No.
I mean, that was it.
No.
What the fuck?
Can't
I
put
thought
steak.
you had a grill. I thought you get
I
on
do
the-
have a grill, but it's goddamn 13 degrees outside, man. I ain't firing that shit up. What the fuck are we talking about here?
microwave steak. That's what we're
Microwave
talking
steak.
about.
I know. Yeah. That's,
It was in I put it in for 30 fucking seconds just to warm it up. Come on.
I'm just passing on them. That's
Crazy.
What do you think, Peter? Would you microwave a steak?
Not in a fucking million years in a month of Sundays would I, mate? Not a chance. No, but we have beans on toast. I can't talk. Anyway, boys,
We
it's
got
been
blood pudding and beans on toast. and
blood
some
pudding, black pudding.
haggis.
Black pudding.
I don't eat black pudding. I don't eat.
I don't eat it
anyway.
either.
Yeah, Craig's listening to this now. I've been jolly old Scotland, thinking, "Oh, it sounds like a good meal to me." Boys, it's been a great season. Let's not, beat around the bush here. We, I none of us thought we'd see our team play on Sunday. We usually don't. I don't. When the championship games usually come around, I'm like, oh. I tell you now, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I couldn't care
No,
less.
never mind. Nobody's watching. Nobody wants. Wanted that
Nobody
Super Bowl.
across the world is watching
Outside
that
of
Super
Philly
Bowl.
and Kansas City wanted that Super Bowl. Nobody does. I bet it's going to be. I'm interested to see the numbers. I bet it's going to be the lowest watched Super Bowl in a very, very long
Yeah,
time.
we'll probably podcast or something that day. I don't know. But boys, we'll keep going. We've got the dreaded draft talk coming up soon. But yeah, we'll keep rolling everyone throughout the season. I mean, I think there's going to be a little bit, hopefully, some news coming on RFK. Saw the design that you put in our group chat earlier,
that's pretty
Jesse.
nice.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
nice.
We'll try and get that if we can get that out on our Twitter at Commander Bunker. We'll get that out so everyone can see it. It looked absolutely.
Did it say like any capacity, like how big it'd be?
No, it didn't say it
Oh.
on that. But that was a professional architect firm that
Yeah, we're
that
trying.
did that
I'll try and
rendition.
it was on a tweet, wasn't it, Jesse? I'll try and retweet it.
Yeah.
I'll get it out there. But boys,
Quite big, looked like a good, decent
yeah,
size.
mate, it looked incredible.
Like, I think it was 5 levels.
Yeah.
Sheesh, looked incredible. But boys, it's been a good season podcasting. It's been a good season talking about the Washington Commanders. This is probably the most fun I've had as a fan since I've started supporting this team in 1997. I've had moments here and there. We've said it 1,000 times.
Flashes in the pan.
Yeah, but this season where it's been generally like
Taking the mic
every
over,
year,
stuff like that.
every week and we haven't really been thrashed in any game. Sunday aside, we haven't really been annihilated in any games. It's been an incredible season to be a Commanders fan. It's only going to get better. Yes, we've got the schedule's tough for next season, but it's only going to get better. So from me to you, boys, we're going to keep rolling. But that's us done for the regular season. So thank you very much, Scouts. Thank you very much, Jesse.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. A big thank you to everyone that sent in questions, that interacts with us on Twitter, that argue with Jesse about putting steak into a microwave or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Big shout out to everyone that's really helped our show grow throughout the football season. I even put it on YouTube now, this show, and that's slowly, really, that is gaining some traction. So if you want to check us out on YouTube, just type in the Bunker Podcast. You'll find the little Washington logo there. Just click subscribe, the bell, all that good crap. You can find us on X at Commander Bunker is where you can find us. But us three will be back next Monday to talk more Washington football. Thanks to everyone again for everything that you contributed to our show throughout the season. We're going to keep rolling. But ladies and gentlemen, till next time, bunker down and don't put your steak in a microwave.